Peace and blessings, family. Welcome back to Let's Talk Tuesdays. Today we are talking about entrepreneurship, and I pretty much just want to share with you guys some pros and cons because for those who do not know, I am an entrepreneur, and I have been an entrepreneur for 2 years now. 3 years. Yeah, 3 years now, since 2017. And I just want to explain it to you guys, and maybe there's something you may be interested in, and just let those know who may be interested, the pros and the cons, and then just my story, and then my final thoughts and where I stand on entrepreneurship as of 2 years being in. But yeah, that's pretty much what I want to create this video for. So let's jump right in. Now, the definition of an entrepreneur is a person who organizes and operates a business or businesses, taking on greater than normal financial risks in order to do so. So basically, someone who has one foot in everything and not two solid feet in, or not two solid feet in a position, in just one position. Yeah, I'm going to use me as an example. I sell a coloring book. I have clothing for that coloring book. I kind of have a clothing line. I used to do services like logos, book illustrations, all of that stuff. So you're kind of like all over the place. You have multiple entities, multiple businesses. Some of them aren't businesses, but they're just jobs that you do. At least it is for me. So yeah, I hope that kind of helps better explain what an entrepreneur is. You're kind of like, you have one foot in everything. So yeah. So I'm just going to share my story. I became an entrepreneur because in 2017, I was getting into the Nation of Islam. I graduated high school and I decided not to go to college because I didn't know what I wanted to do anymore. So I said, I don't know what I'm going to do. So I guess I'm going to try being an entrepreneur because that's what I saw. Brother Ben X was actually my example. I saw he was doing it and I was like, that'd be cool. I would love to do that. So that whole summer I worked, as in from home. I homeschooled my brother that school year, and I just pretty much been doing entrepreneurship, like just taking on many jobs for the last 2 years. Like I was a babysitter. I do portraits for people. Lately I've been doing logos and book illustrations, pretty much all over the place. I would pretty much just play around with my artistic expressions. I even did face paintings a couple times one summer, like all over the place. But that's what entrepreneurs are. But out of my 2 years, I'm kind of not feeling it anymore. And I'm going to tell you why. Now we're going to go into pros and cons. Now, some pros of entrepreneurship is the freedom. Man, I'm telling y'all, there's nothing like the freedom. Even though most of your time is taken up by doing the business, but it's not like you're doing something you don't want to do. It's something you are passionate about, I'd hope. But the freedom is nothing like anything. Not having to go somewhere else, that's amazing. Flexibility, being able to work in the morning or at night, whenever you feel like you can get the best out of what it is that you do, that is like perfect. Control, you have full control over your job, full control over everything, how the business is running. But that could be a good and a bad thing though. So I think I put that in both. The profits, usually for entrepreneurs, depending on what you're doing, all of the money comes to you because you are the single entity. You are the only employee. You are your own boss. So you get all the money. It's like a good example for others. I like to think of maybe I'll have an entrepreneur when I'm a little older than my children, or like relatives, people who don't think that something like this is possible. That's kind of my little thing and why I do what I do. The independence, again, not having to go answer to anybody, that's kind of a good and a bad thing. The solitude, you're a lot of times you're in your own mind unless you have a team, of course, but most entrepreneurs do everything themselves. You get to do what you love. Honestly, I get to do what I love every day, and that's why it doesn't even feel like work. It just feels like I'm doing things. Now, some cons. Cons would be the responsibility aspect. Now, 2017, 18-year-old me, I was on it because I was still fresh out of school, so I had a lot of those school characteristics a part of me. So, like, hardworking and responsible and, disciplined. But, 3 years out, I kind of lost all of that. So, I actually have an accountability coach because the responsibility part will kill you because, when you don't work, you're not making any money. So that's one of the cons about entrepreneurship. There's a lot of risks that come with entrepreneurship. I can't tell you how many risks I've taken, but hey, that's a part of the journey. I'm grateful for it because it built character, and I wouldn't be who I am today were it not for my risks that I take as an entrepreneur. So I'm with it. Workload, yes, you can get overwhelmed, and that's exactly why I brought in help, because I noticed earlier this year that I can't do everything myself. I couldn't. It was hard, and I wouldn't recommend it for anybody. Of course, do what you were able to, but doing too much, don't do that, because you stress yourself out and you feel like you're working harder than you need to be, and you can't fulfill what you're supposed to be fulfilling. Limitations. Yeah, you are limited because you are alone. Again, when you don't have help, you can only do so much alone, and it's hard. It is very hard to be an entrepreneur. I don't think a lot of people think that. They just think, oh, okay, I get all the money because I'm the only one working. No, it's hard. You work literally 25/8. The job's never done. You can avoid certain things, but things are never done. There's always something to do. So just know that before you do it. It's very hard. And my final thoughts now, I just want to share this with you guys that I no longer want to be an entrepreneur. What do I mean by that? I will always be an entrepreneur, as in I will always have the mindset of generating different streams of income, but I no longer want to focus on different streams of income, as in like, oh, I'm going to make shirts this week, or oh, I'm going to do that this week, or I'm going to do this week. No, I want to be a business owner, which is why I have something in the works called Lunar Graphics. It's a hub for young creative artists to come together and service the people. A lot of things that I used to take on myself that I never really knew how to do, but I taught myself how to do it because I needed to do it for myself. And just shedding light on them, because they deserve the attention and they deserve the money. But yeah, entrepreneurship, I'm done with that. After Brother Taylor Jacobs from the ABS Tribe, if you guys ain't with it, y'all better get with it. He explained to us how the average entrepreneur only makes about $58,000 a year, and that's like nothing. That's what you can make at a job, and like a CEO of a business can be like $7 million a year. So I was just like, okay, maybe I don't have to have all the freedom that it takes to be an entrepreneur, which is actually killing me. This freedom is like detrimental to my own mental health, because not detrimental, but because I'm not as disciplined as I was, I'm taking advantage of that freedom, and I need to be, disciplined, and I need structure. So, having a business is what I was like, you know what, I want to do that because I want something that I can have and take on to, pass on to children. You can't really do that as an entrepreneur when you don't have a solid stream. Like, say I get paid from YouTube, I can't pass that on necessarily unless of course I have content that is still generating income. But yeah, I prefer being a business owner. So of course I'm still gonna have the entrepreneur mindset, the go-getter mindset, that I want this, so I'm gonna go get it. All of that's still gonna be here. That's not going anywhere. But I just want to focus all of my attention on the one business, because I feel like I can get the most out of myself by focusing on one thing. So yeah, that's where I stand right now. I'm an entrepreneur-ish, but I am officially a business owner. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys are considering entrepreneurship. Again, it's hard, but it's very rewarding. It's one of the most funnest, most entertaining thing that I've done in my life, and I'm so grateful for all the lessons that I've learned. But I think I am over that stage in my life, and I'm glad I'm learning it at 21 instead of 50. So I'm excited about starting this journey of creating and building a business for my future. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. Thank you guys for watching No Reviews. Let me know what I should not No Reviews. Let me know what I should talk about next week. Let's Talk Tuesdays. Maybe I'll go into what it's like having a business and how to start a business, because that's stuff that I'm going to be walking through, because I kind of know, but You can always use more information. But thank you guys again for watching. This has been Let's Talk Tuesdays. Catch you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace and blessings. I love you. Bye-bye.
Oh, grace, oh, grace. Every time you come around, I feel okay. You help me see God.